I got a trophy. Are we doing the Blizz Planet thing again? Well, shit, I'm glad I wore a whole bunch of Blizzard crap today.
In this week's Blizzard news, we catch up on our month-long hiatus with a new format. Mists of Pandaria releases patch 5.1, Heart of the Swarm gets a release date, plans for patch 1.0.7 in Diablo III, and what is this Project Blackstone all about?
Hey guys, welcome back to Blizz Planet. I don't even know what we're calling this video yet. Blizz Planet News, Blizzard News, something like that. We haven't figured it out yet, have we? No, I didn't think so. But we are back from our month-long hiatus. I know you missed me. I can't see you, so I can't say I missed you, but you missed me. All right, and we're back. And it was a great month. And if you weren't around to see why we went on hiatus, I went on vacation, the cameraman went on vacation, Eldorian got engaged. I don't know if he had that plan before we went on a break, but there it is, So now he and I are just, racing to the altar. We'll see what happens there. But we are indeed back, and we've got a new format for you. No longer do you have to watch for 3 separate videos from Blizz Planet, okay? Now it's one nice, large video. It's going to cover everything Blizzard, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of reasons for this. But ultimately, here's the thing. We want to know what you think. Leave us some feedback about this. We're constantly trying to tailor the show to what works best for us and what works best for you. So please, if you got some good constructive feedback, let us know. In the meantime, let's move forward, all right? First off with the World of Warcraft Weekly News Roundup.
Here's the beef.
So first off, we get to World of Warcraft. Now we're going to cover things that happened over the last month while we were on hiatus. All right, new pets to purchase. Now, this money is going to go to the Superstorm Sandy victims. A lot of people, really just devastated by that massive, massive storm that occurred on the East Coast. It's $10 for the adorable Cinder Kitten, okay? That's a fire-based cat, kind of makes sense a little bit there. And all the money, as we said, will go to the Red Cross to help victims of Sandy on the East Coast, which is really, really awesome. Now, if you're looking for some mounts to purchase, maybe you're not so much of a pet fan like Eldorian is, he goes just nuts for that. I don't think he's done anything else in World of Warcraft since Mists of Pandaria launched, but play with his little pets. But all these mounts right now are 50% off. Now, this offer will end December 10th. Now, normally these mounts cost you $25. Right now, they are $12.50. Now, this isn't all the mounts that exist. It's certain ones. The mounts included are Celestial Steed, Heart of the Aspects, and Winged Guardian. And finally, the big news that happened this last month is patch 5.1, which we've been talking about a lot before it came out, finally did release. Big patch we've been talking about, and now it's live. Check it out.
Patch 5.1, titled Landfall, has gone live this last week in Mists of Pandaria. The conflict between the Horde and Alliance has ignited a new series of daily quests along with the shore of the Krasarang Wilds. Players will be able to visit their faction strongholds in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms to begin their quest to summon their war fleets to the continent of Pandaria. They will also be able to defend their faction's outposts and assault the opposing faction's headquarters as war starts to heat up between Red and Blue. With the advancement of story, also comes some new features that players will enjoy. Item level upgrades are now in the game. You can visit the Ethereal Merchants and can use Valor points for epics and Justice points for rares to upgrade your item levels on your current items. As of right now, weapons and armor of level 458 or higher can be upgraded up to 8 item levels. For the PvP crowd, you can use your honor and conquest points to do the same thing on your PvP gear. The Brawlers Guild has also made its way into the game. Now, these are underground fighting areas where single players can compete against various NPCs in PvE combat while other players watch. As you improve your skill, your rank in the Brawlers Guild will increase. Only those players who have invites to the Brawlers Guild will be able to participate. You can receive these invites by purchasing one from the Black Market Auction House, by invitation from someone in the guild, or from occasional drops from certain Horde or Alliance NPCs.
Now, if you're looking for more information, I don't know how that wasn't enough, but if you're looking for more, just head over to BlizzPlanet.com. You can always find out the information about every big patch that's coming out or has come out right there on BlizzPlanet.com. And also, right now on our YouTube channel, see, Eldorian's had a whole month of not doing videos, so he was really bored and kind of lonely. So there are videos of every single new daily quest on the YouTube channel that you can go look at in case you get stuck on a quest, or if you want to see what some of the other factions' story quests look like. All right, that does it for World of Warcraft. Let's talk Starcraft II. So while we were gone, there was quite a bit of big esports action going on with Starcraft II. First off, the Battl.ent World Championship. Now, no big surprise here that the top 3 players were indeed South Koreans. Now, Parting took home the grand prize, $100,000. It's just crazy. Second place went to Creator, who took home $40,000, and finally Rain brought third place home with $16,000. Now, the big highlight of the tournament that people didn't necessarily see coming was Stefano was knocked out in the very first day by his fellow Evil Genius team member, Idra. And Idra finished in the top 16 by winning the so-called Group of Death, where he was actually expected to finish last. So it was a little, switcheroo there going on. A lot of talk about Evil Geniuses not being all that, and then they get Stefano, and then lo and behold, one of his own team members upsets him in a big tournament. But still, good stuff for Team Evil Geniuses on that front. MLG Fall Championship also occurred. Now, South Korean Life came to the U.S. after his big GSL win. He took home the MLG prize by beating Lenok and taking home $25,000. Now, Flash, who is a Kespa player, of course, very well known, considered one of the best ever to have played Brood War, finished in 4th place in the tournament. So you can definitely see those Kespa players coming over, starting to move their way up in the ranks. So it should be more and more fun to watch as that goes along. And finally, of course, the big news that happened this last month, StarCraft II Heart of the Swarm got a release date, all right? While we were gone, we've been waiting, and now it's here. Check out the news on that.
StarCraft II Heart of the Swarm finally gets a release date, March 12th, 2013. Now, this much-anticipated expansion will continue the story where it left off in Wings of Liberty, with this section dealing mostly with Kerrigan and the Zerg. Now that Kerrigan is no longer the Queen of Blades, what does the future hold, not only for her, but for the Swarm? In addition to the continuing story, multiplayer will see many updates as well, mostly in the form of new units and abilities. Now, as of right now, you can pre-order the physical copy of Heart of the Swarm for $39.99. Now, if you pre-order from Amazon, they also have a deal where you get a beta key to Heart of the Swarm within 5 business days of ordering. Now, if collector's editions are more your thing, on the physical end, the collector's edition will be $79.99. Now, it'll include a behind-the-scenes DVD Blu-ray 2-disc set, a soundtrack, art book, Zerg Rush mousepad, plus you get some exclusive in-game content, such as the Torask Ultralisk skin, 3 portraits, a World of Warcraft Baneling pet, and Diablo III Blade Wings and Banner Sigil. Now, if buying digital is more your speed, you can pre-purchase the game straight from Blizzard for $39.99 and get it immediately when the game launches. Or if you want all the in-game exclusive content that came in the Collector's Edition, they have a digital deluxe edition you can pre-purchase for $59.99.
Very cool. Very much looking forward to Heart of the Swarm. And if you're really itching to get some beta keys, of course, BlizzPlanet will probably have some more coming up really soon. But of course, as I said in the reel that you just watched, you can also go and pre-order it out off Amazon.com and get yourself your own beta key without having to wait. So really cool stuff. Let's go into Diablo III.
Stay a while and listen.
So once again, we were gone and another game got another patch. Now, patch 1.0.6 was released over the hiatus, but also patch 1.0.7 is coming very soon. Now, 1.0.6 was really just a bunch of bug fixes. There weren't really any improvements or features added per se. But Blizzard has already said that patch 1.0.7 is on its way to us already, and it should feature some additional feature-like goodies instead of just the bug fixes. Now, right now, we have absolutely no details on that. But of course, check out our videos and BlizzPlanet.com, and you will stay very much informed when we get some details about that upcoming patch. Now, if you've noticed, getting on to be about Christmas, which means getting on to be about the end of the year, and we still don't have PvP in Diablo 3. Well, it actually has been delayed. Surprise, surprise, shock. Oh, right, yeah, you were so amazed. Yeah. So, obviously for a lot of people that really sucks that we still don't have PvP in Diablo 3. Now, they have come out and said that, game director Jay Wilson said there's some delay due to complications that have arisen. Now, Eldorian's guess, which I think is as good as any, is that with all the things they've had to implement to try and fix the single-player game, single-player, multiplayer PvE game, that those things have probably had an effect on the PvP as well. I mean, the Paragon levels have got to really screw with what you can do in PvP, since originally, at least, the idea was you bring your campaign character over into PvP. So Paragon's just going to screw that whole thing up a little bit. But nevertheless, that's what's happening. We're unsure right now on the time frame for patch 1.1, the PvP patch. Now, there is a new Diablo statue that is on sale right now. Sideshow Collectibles did indeed release this beast, or release the details for this beast. Check it out.
Blizzard Entertainment and Sideshow Collectibles have announced the premiere of their newest premium polystone statue, Diablo. The statue is sculpted by Brian Fay, who also crafted the Arthas statue released earlier this year. The statue stands at an impressive 22 inches atop a scorched earth base, poised to battle any who might attempt to interfere with the Lord of Terror's nefarious plans. Now, the statue is hand-painted and finished with unique numbered editions. It's also slated to ship in spring 2013 and has a suggested retail price of $349.99. Now, you can pay that in full or take advantage of Sideshow's payment plans. You can order the statue by visiting Sideshow Collectibles' website at www.sideshowtoy.com.
So recently, Blizzard purchased a new URL, a new domain called projectblackstone.com. Now, right now, we don't know what this means. It might not mean a whole lot, but let's just look at the track record here, okay? Now, a few months before Blizzard announced Mists of Pandaria, they trademarked it. They also bought URLs related to it. So this very much could mean something, some sort of project. Now, if we were to put some money on it, we would say, maybe this is Diablo related, because Blackstone, that stuff has appeared in Diablo lore before. So all signs do kind of point toward some sort of Diablo thing. Maybe the first expansion for Diablo 3, or second, or third. Yeah, who knows? But right now, we really don't have any details. We just know they purchased this. We're going to speculate. You're going to speculate. It's good times. Of course, watch our videos and check out BlizzPlanet.com, and we'll get you some real hardcore details when those become available. Now, some of you may have used to watch the Bearded Gamer Show, something I am now moved on, I'm no longer doing. Now, if you want to see me online, it's exclusively here through BlizzPlanet's weekly videos. But my sort of signature thing I did there was called the Controller Confessional, where I'd get up on my soapbox or talk about this, that, or whatever was on my mind that was gaming related. And I thought, well, maybe I co-opt that and bring that over here. And Eldorian was kind of excited. But honestly, I was like, controllers, Blizzard, doesn't fit. I mean, this is a keyboard and mouse keyboard confessional. So in this, the very first keyboard confessional, I don't know, that kind of sounds like a Jim Brickman album. We may have to rethink that one. Moving on. Keyboard confessional. We're going to talk about Starcraft II multiplayer, and should it be free to play? Wait, whoa. Let's talk about this first before you overreact, okay? Now, it's no question that League of Legends is absolutely massive, hugely popular, really successful MOBA game. And it is also free to play. Now, if you go to any streaming sites, or if you go to any events like MLG or IPL, you'll notice that League of Legends is absolutely huge. When Eldorian and I went to the Spring Championships for MLG, the League of Legends side, which was much smaller than the Starcraft II area, was just raucous. It was just crazy the whole freaking time. The only time Starcraft II trumped it in terms of like loudness and enthusiasm was when the Kespa players were first playing Starcraft II in public, and then finally in the grand finals. The rest of the time, it was all League of Legends all the time. People just go crazy for it. Now, why is it? Why is it so absolutely huge? Well, for one reason, it's much easier to get into. Now, you're not going to be changing this by making StarCraft II free to play, but it's very easy for the casual gamer to pick up and play League of Legends, partly because it's team-based. It's not just you against one other guy. You've got teammates, you've got people that can help you out, and that definitely sort of, that camaraderie and people to help you get better at the game. But also, it's free. You can go right now, if you got a computer that can run it, download the client, start playing. Boom, done. The only thing with League of Legends is you build up your character, and if you want to keep that character, you do indeed have to pay for it. But you don't have to. You could just keep, firing up new characters all the time. That's okay. That's perfectly allowed. And you could still be a competitive player by doing it completely with a free play model. But it really makes you wonder. League of Legends is huge. Riot Games has just exploded with growth since they launched League of Legends. They're obviously making money hand over fist with this game. So why is Starcraft II still a paid game? Now, let me get a caveat here. Of course, we're not talking about the campaign, okay? Charge for the campaign. You spend a lot of time, pay a lot of voice actors. There's a lot of production and writing and art that goes into creating those campaigns. And, Blizzard PR, we were talking a month or two ago, they were actually saying how 50% of the people who buy Starcraft II are just playing the campaign. They never even touch the multiplayer. Like me, I suck at multiplayer in that game. Oh, it's bad. I'm not that great at the campaign either, but multiplayer, are you kidding? But I like the story. It's cool. And there's 50% of the people who buy it would still want to pay for that. But what about those people that are just pure multiplayer? I guarantee you there are people out there who've never touched the campaign in StarCraft II. They buy the game, they go straight into the multiplayer, and there they stay. So what if you shift to a free-to-play? Now, there's a few hallmarks that are already starting to show up in StarCraft II pointing at this. For one, as you level up, you can get some experience-based items. Right now, they're just portraits. In other words, they're just aesthetic things. Now, what if they expand that into things like skins for different units? Now, this is very much along the lines of many free-to-play games. They don't want you to obviously, pay for things that give you a competitive advantage. While that's popular in Asia, it absolutely does not fly in the West. So instead, you get things like skins, portraits, things like that. You can go and pay for them with little microtransactions, or you can earn them through grinding. That's very much sort of a free-to-play setup. But we know Heart of the Swarm will not be free-to-play. They've already announced a price and a release date, so it's not happening yet. Now, maybe one thing we can speculate is maybe they're just trying to hedge their bets. They're trying to implement some of these sort of free-to-play-ish kind of things into the game. So if the time comes when the multiplayer starts to drop off in StarCraft II, they can flip a switch, go into free-to-play mode, get their numbers back up, and already have all those free-to-play microtransaction things in place, ready for people to use. It's just speculation. We don't know. So that's what we want to know. We want to know, what do you think of free-to-play in StarCraft II? Would it be a boon to the game? Would it bring in a bunch of new players? Would it be to the detriment? Would it just totally screw up the meta there? What effect do you think it would have on esports? How much would that mess with things there? Would it make it just explode like League of Legends has even more? Or do you think it would be to its detriment? Leave it in the comments. We want to know what you think. And of course, we're going to highlight the best answers on next week's show. And of course, head over to BlizzPlanet.com. All the news, reviews, great community, everything you need to know about Blizzard Entertainment games. We'll see you guys next time.